What if I told you the best public transportation idea this century has been destroyed due to greed? This is the story of the QR code bikes. What you just saw is something that could have been the future of public transportation. It could have been a complete game changer within the inner cities. But all that changed when China did the typical China thing, and they abused the crap out of these bike share programs. See, what makes these bikes so special is that unlike other city bikes and traditional city bikes, you don't need a dock station for these bikes. Everything's run by QR code. So you scan the code, you ride the bike, you scan the code again, you lock the bike, and you get on with your day. You can park the bike anywhere. It really is ridiculously convenient, and the bikes are readily available everywhere. But like so many things in China, when somebody comes up with a good idea, you can bet money that a lot of people will follow that idea and copy it and abuse it. So what ended up happening in China was there was about maybe 10 different bike share companies that started up, and the original seemed to be Ofo and possibly Mobike, the yellow ones and the orange ones. But then a lot of other ones started to come along. Hello Bike, Unibike, Green Bike. These are just to name a few. And it wasn't a big problem when they started out. It actually was pretty amazing. It was just another advancement in the public transportation department of China, which was already amazing. But where they went wrong was they started pumping these bikes out in the cities at tremendous numbers. At first, nobody thought anything about it, because what would happen is they would pump them out in an area like this, and naturally people would get the bike, move it to a new location, ride it to a new location. It was just natural process. But eventually every street corner became just like this one, and it didn't matter if people would ride them away and move them naturally. It wasn't doing anything, because you would ride it to a new area, and that new area would get super cluttered. These days, the bikes have legitimately become a pollution problem. Everywhere you go, everywhere you look, the bikes are everywhere. They're not standing up, they're laying around, they're in piles, they're getting out of control. And here's some aerial footage of a bike graveyard in Shenzhen. The CEO of Ofo has said that they have over 100 million users right now, and they're currently producing the bikes at one bike per every 15 seconds. Ofo has plans to take this company international, and they've already opened up in plenty of cities across the world. They actually attempted to ship out bikes to San Francisco, but the mayor refused to do it because he saw what has happened in China. These bikes are owned by private companies, and it's very shocking that the Chinese government, being a communist government, has not stepped in and told them to quit putting these bikes out in the cities. I'm personally thinking there's some kind of conspiracy behind it, and these companies are paying the Chinese government a fortune to put these bikes in their cities, but I honestly don't know. When these share bikes first hit the streets, there was a major cool factor about them. They were new, they were fresh, nobody had ever seen anything like it before, and it was just cool to be a part of it, to sign up for the app, to get involved, to ride the bikes. But these days, as you can see here, I went into like an abandoned little lot somewhere, And people will just bring these bikes here and just trash them, throw them there. They become filthy, rusted. The wheels fall off, the wheels pop. Nobody ever does maintenance because there's too many bikes to keep up with. So it leaves it with a situation like this where the bikes just become just complete trash. It's so crazy to see such a genius idea, such a game-changing idea go to complete crap and destroy an entire city, and honestly an entire country. So if this is an idea that you thought you were excited about and hoped it would make its way to the West, you might want to think again because it could very well destroy your city.